Welcome to the instructional video for the Chausson Premium 768 XLB. This is based on a Fiat Ducato 2.3 140. So we've got the black alloys, wing mirrors that fold in manually, window behind the driver's door, and your habitation door which works off your central lock-in. We've then got your toilet cassette. Pinch the tab together, lift up the handle, slide it out. Press the little orange button to empty it and take off the grey cover cap. Slide it back in and make sure that it's clipped just under there. There is one key that does all the locks on the vehicle. Behind the driver's wheel you'll see a little sticker, and that is for the wastewater. So you'll see the little black handle there. You just slide it towards us to empty it and push it in to allow the system to fill up, and that is for your grey water, so your water that goes down the sinks and the taps. Behind that we've got an external barbecue point with a little regulator to turn the gas on and off just there, and we've got a door stop for the rear doors. So the rear doors simply open just like that. Inside we have got some safety nets for the bed at the front, external blinds, carpets for the cab and the habitation area, a fire extinguisher, and your main Chausson pack that's given to every customer. You've also got a main socket and a 12-volt socket located in here, and it also heats into here through your diesel heating. You'll see we've got some little eyelets on the floor to strap things down and secure your load when you're travelling. The bed does lift up and down, and that little roller shutter will go up with it. To close the locker, simply twist again at the bottom and then put your key in, and that will lock the door. At the back we've got a opening tail lift and your reverse camera high up there, and your preset bracket for your bike rack. So again we're going to twist and we're going to lift up, and again that will give us access into the rear storage area, just like that. On this side of the vehicle we've got your gas point. Again, twist and open. This will take a maximum of an 11 refillable Gaslow or Gasset bottle, a 13 French, or a 6 kilogram Cala bottle, quite simply. The pigtail which comes with the vehicle, which is the rubber hose, connects to the regulator there and then to your bottle depending on what gas you're using. The vent on here is a Truma D system, so that is the vent for ventilating the hot water and heating. You don't need to take any covers off or remove any covers on that one. Forward of that we've got an external shower point, so that just locates into there, and it's just a push fit to locate into the fitting. Below that we have got another sticker which is telling you where your freshwater drain point is, and that is found underneath the vehicle. So just underneath the vehicle there you'll see the little black cap fitted onto the blue pipe. Simply just pushes off and pulls off to empty the water system, and then pushes on when you want to fill the water system up and use it again, and that is located underneath the vehicle just there. Back to the outside we've got your main service area, just pushes in and opens up. We can see there we've got a marking to tell you which positions that you want to put the water level to, and again that denotes that little brown switch above it. Fill up the water, you remove the cap, simply put your hose pipe in, and you will see it's a transparent tank, so it will tell you when the tank level is full, and you can remove the cap when you're not using the tank and to clean or get anything else that you might have dropped in. To the left hand side of that we've got your electrical cables, electrical items. To the right your main RCD breaker with your test button and your main fuses just there. We have a nice display sticker on the actual panel dividing the two areas to let you know what it is as well. And forward of that we've got your mains cable inlet point. Just push it in, it can only go in one way, and you press down this little blue lever to remove it just there. When you want to close it, simply just push them all back together and it goes back in just like that. Through to the diesel, so you can see on this particular model it's the latest 2020. It does have the diesel filler point and the AdBlue in the same compartment. Into the inside of the vehicle we have a little storage area underneath the seat, and that's where your leisure battery is located. So underneath the passenger seat is where your leisure battery is located. Underneath this little panel here is where the engine battery is located. And if you need to jump start the vehicle, then you can either do it directly from the battery or you can do it from under the engine. To get under the engine, you need to simply pull that lever down, and I'll show you on the engine where it goes. We have, because it's a premium model, fitted onto this vehicle your Remy's cab lines, and that's fitted to the front and the side of the vehicle all the way throughout the van. Just clip in place, and that one simply help nice and gently, and it will clip just in place there. Like I said, the wing mirrors fold in and open and then electrically operate. So to get in the bonnet, you lift up the bonnet and the little release catch is just there with the yellow cover. You've got a stay for it to stay into there. We have your oil and your dipstick and your screen wash just located just there as it tells you. We've got negative point, and just lower down here, which you use your key to just open up the cover, that is where your positive point is located. Moving to the inside of the vehicle, like I say, it does open on the central lock-in. We have got a bin located just there, a manual locking point for the door when the door's closed, and then your blind and your fly screen just located just there. Awning light just above your fridge vents are located just there, and the button inside the vehicle turns that on when you're wanting to use it. So moving inside, you can see from the front we've got the reversing camera unit fitted. It is a manual 6-speed gearbox with cruise control, speed limiter and cab air conditioning, as well as your drinks holders just at the bottom. We've got a big opening roof light just at the front. Now with these, you must remember to just push the button with your thumb and open up. Same on this side. And then there is a winding handle, which will just open up the window to let in the fresh air on a nice warm day like today. Now it is also fitted on here with a fly screen and a blind. You've got some little storage units just here, and this is where the key goes in to operate both the table and the drop down, sorry, not the table, just the drop down bed. Behind there, the cover removes and you have got your manual point for winding the bed down. We have some light switches which turn on just with the little black button on that side and on that side. Seat belt adjusters, seat adjusters for the front and the back, and then the position of the back is adjusted just there. Armrests are adjusted on either one of the 4 armrests, and your handbrake is found to the right hand side of the driver's seat. So to the control panel, we have your control panel just above the door. So the control panel, you turn the control panel on by pressing the top left hand button and it will illuminate green to tell you that it's turned on. The power for the lights must be turned on. That needs to be turned on also when you want to use your bed that drops down, your water pump. That needs to be illuminated, but you can turn off your lights individually by turning them off at the switches. The next button is the water pump. That will pump up to a pressure and then turn off, and then it'll be active as and when you want to use it. We've got your awning light, which is your outside light. Down at the bottom then, bottom left, gives you an indicator of what power is in the leisure battery. The next one along tells you what power is in the engine battery. Next one along to that tells you what level is in your freshwater tank. We also have an indicator to tell you whether you're plugged into mains or not, and when the tank is full on the wastewater, you'll have an indicator that appears at the side of there. The last button on the control panel is this button here, and that brightens or dims down the lights and the display from the dullest to the brightest. To the side of here, you've got a thermostat for the heating system, and then a couple of additional light switches. Again, you will see that the 1 is on and the 0 is off. They are also, like I showed you before, here for the lights above. We have light switches here which do the lights on above the bed. These ones underneath the cupboards turn on by touching the end. So they have 3 stages. Same under there. In the bathroom area, we have a little light switch under here, which turns on the lights for the shower, and one above that turns on the light for the toilet area. The toilet, when full, will have an indicator that appears just like that. To turn off the light, you need to empty the toilet, and then when you open and close the blade valve, the light will go off. Opening and closing the blade valve will allow you to gain access to pull your toilet out. And to open and close it, you slide it towards the back of the vehicle to open it, and forward to close it. The toilet will also slide around, so it will move for your comfort. And the flush button is just a blue button in the middle. Just press and hold that and the water will come out as long as you have your pump and that light switch turned on. We have your external hose for the shower, soap holder and toothbrush holder, and storage in the cupboard there that slides and closes when you're not using it. Above we have pinch it together and we have a fly screen, pinch it together and we have a blind, and again we're opening the window by turning the button to open it up. You must remember on these windows that you have a little catch that needs turning to allow you then to open it up fully when on site. Please make sure that you do close these when you're travelling away. It's exactly the same on this one, and you'll see there's a little lock button to tell you it's locked and where it is unlocked. The shower locks in place with the little lever here. Open it up and it will then allow you to swing the doors open. We have another soap holder there and your mixers for your taps there. A light and a towel rail holder that just pulls down just like that. Again, the same operation with the lights, and then to get him to close, you magnetise it, pull it a little bit further and lock it in place just like that. The rear windows, so you can either have your blinds up and they're magnetised or your blinds down. The windows themselves have full blinds or fly screens depending on what you want, and that's the same throughout the vehicle. The back one above the bed is a electric one, so what we need to do first of all is we need to open it up. So again, we twist the dial, so remove that little label to open it up, and then we want to bring the air in or out using the little stickers just here. So you'll see there's an arrow if you want to bring the cold air in or the hot air in, or get the hot air out or the cold air out. You'd use the opposite one and simply just select the one that you want. So stop, press it on and then press the button, and then that will then allow fan to move in whichever direction that you want. To turn it off, simply hit the off button, and remember, close it down when you're not using or you're travelling away in the vehicle, just like that. You don't need to turn them too tight, just turn them there. Underneath here we've got again lights underneath that just turn on at the end on either side. And to get into the cupboard on the actual door itself, you just lift up the little latch and that will give you access into either of the cupboards underneath or above the rear bed. The buttons to get into the wardrobes are simple push buttons, and again you've got a hanging rail just up there. And the bed itself has a little infill, so if you are taller and want to have more space, then you'll pull the bed down, slip the little infill in place, and then push the bed back up. Depending on how much room you need will depend whether you need to use this or not. Cushions are just there for decorations, and we have got a little Velcro slider which allows us to close off that door to give us a central changing area or privacy if someone is having a lie down in the rear of the vehicle. You can put aerials and TVs in the rear. There's your mains and your 12-volt sockets just up there for doing that. And again, the toilet will divide off from the main living area just by closing that door. Underneath the bed that you lift up, you'll see there we have the access to the garage. Your mains cable's located just there, and a couple of isolation points for your heating and your hot water. Your boiler is located underneath this panel here, which I'm going to remove the panel and show you just now. So this is where your boiler is located, and the main thing here is this little diamond down here. So this is your frost protection valve. So in the position that it is at the minute, pointing across the vehicle, it's in its usable position and will allow you to fill up the system for hot water. To empty the system, twist it, and you will hear the water coming out. To fill it back up, press the button, and then at the bottom you've got a little button just at the bottom, and that will fill up water until it pressurizes back up, and then the pump will stop. I will show you on handover on a slightly easier model just to make the demonstration a bit easier for you, but that's where that's located. And your easy bed, which you'll just see it marks just there, basically has a hole where that slots in to just there, and then that allows you to lower or higher the bed by turning the handle to the desired position that you want it to be. The handle just lives just underneath here, and it fits in place by clipping in there and then clipping in there, just like that. To the side of the bed you've got a little storage area, and this little pops down, and again you've got some more storage underneath there if you're short of any room elsewhere in the vehicle. Same on that side, just there. Make sure on the doors that you do put the Velcro straps back in place, and that will stop the door from sliding when you're in transit. Forward of here we've got your cooker. Please let the hob rings cool down before you put that down, or it will shatter. We've got 1 electric and 2 gas, and underneath we've got your oven grill, which are operation dials are just there. So we've got electric, gas hob, oven, and your grill, and an igniter which ignites everything. To the side of that we've got a storage unit for yourselves, and we've got a utensil drawer just there. Mains plug's located underneath there next to your bed switch. We've got a lid for the sink, and the sink itself you will see on the actual underneath of it there will tell you hot and cold. So first of all, what you'd need to do is once you've filled up your fresh water, you will turn your tap to hot. We've already turned the pump on the control panel. What we want to do is fill up that boiler that we've shown in the back. So you'll open up the tap so you get a steady stream of water just like that. If you are to do this and you're getting air and it's spitting and spurting, you need to do this on this tap, bathroom tap and the shower. Let it run through till it pulls all the air out, and then turn off the taps because you know the boiler is full of air. Yeah. From there then you can then come to your heating system, and with this heating system there is a simple rule of thumb. Do not turn this unit on until you've either got your gas or your electric or both turned on, because it will stop any fault codes arriving on the unit itself. So to turn it on, press the button in the middle. We then want to go to what temperature we want it in the vehicle. So we press the motorhome and we turn the dial to the desired temperature. Once you've selected it, you press it again, and that will store the temperature that you want. The next option I go to then is either fuel, which in this case is diesel, mixture of diesel and 1 kilowatt electric, mixture of diesel and 2 kilowatt electric, 1 kilowatt electric only, or 2 kilowatt. So whenever you've decided what you want to choose, you select it and you'll see that the line appears above telling you what you wanted, what you've selected. The next option along is your fan. So we want to get it warm in the vehicle. So we have Eco, which is slow, High, which is fast, and then if you select the High and let it run for about 5 minutes, you'll be able to reselect that option, go into it and select Boost. This is the option that allows you to override any water controls to get the heating up to temperature as quick as possible. The second option is your water heater, as you can probably see, thermostat in the little waves, and we can either have this turned off on 40 degrees, on 60 degrees, or we can get it to 60 degrees as quick as possible by putting it into the Boost option, but that overrides your heating. So remember, if you want the heating and the hot water to work at the quickest possible options, we go to Hot, High, and your quickest option for fuel is Mix 2. So that is a mixture of 2 kilowatt electric and the diesel heating. So that, as it's set up there, would be your quickest way to get the water and the heating up to temperature. You can see that we are shown that we are plugged into mains. And then to turn the unit off, we simply just press and hold the button and that will turn off. All the instructions for the heating are in your manual. Please refer to that for any additional bits, as well as any error codes that appear if you don't put your heating fuel sources on before you do that. Just to the side of that, we've got a TV bracket, which comes as standard with the premium, and behind that we have some mains plug-in points, 12 volts and aerial points, just there. We have another switch, which is often forgot, just there, which are the lights in the living area, and a little button underneath to turn on that little kitchen light. The cupboards at the front are the same, so press the little buttons underneath to open them. And then we have the table. So the table on here, you need to press the little red button down and push it all the way to the bottom for the table to stay in place, just like this. And that stays in the lower position, just like that. To release it up, pull up the red handle and that releases back into position. To do the bed, press the switch, make sure the key's in the right position, make sure that there's nothing underneath, and that will come down to the desired height that are preset for the ladders to go into it. Now the ladders have little twist locks, so make sure that they're pointing in the right position, just like that, and then put that up. When you put any pressure on the ladders, it will stop the ladders from sliding off. So your ladders for the second bed is just located just like that, and that little switch at the side does the bed light. The safety nets that I showed you in the garage area go onto the little buckles, which are located on the edge of the bed, on the front and the back side, and that is your space just there. Now we do say you can put your duvets there and your pillars. Just be careful how big the pillars are. It will need to go all the way up to the limit switch, and the limit switch can just be located just in here. If your bed sheets or any of the plastic is caught in there, then the lights underneath the bed, i.e. these, won't work, so just make sure that nothing's obstructing that. If it is, drop the bed back down and do it again. And this particular model has the smart lounge, so I'll show you now how to make up the seats. I always find it easier removing all the cushions completely out the way, just so that you've got the space to do it. Your seat is located just underneath there, and you simply twist the handle and pull the seat up just like this. So just like that, and then basically we put the seat base back in and the base just in like that, and that is the same on both seats sides of the vehicle. So you have two additional travelling seats. We have underneath here your mains charger and a bit of storage underneath there, and again just show you, you've got a separate seat on your driver's side. The fridge can operate by turning the unit on and off, so let me show you to do that. So to turn it on, you press the button. We then either want to manually select it, so again we're trying to search for gas at the minute, so manually selecting electric, manually selecting the vehicle battery when the engine's running, manually select gas, or the auto select, which will automatically select the strongest source for you. The button to the right is the temperature, so from the hottest to the coldest. Handle just opens up, showing you both your freezer compartment at the top and your fridge underneath. We do tell you to keep the fridge on for a while before you're setting off, and put anything that is cold from your home freezer or your fridge into it. That will help make the cooling of the system a lot quicker and easier for you. That basically concludes our handover video for the Premium 768 XLB. We hope you find it informational and enjoyable, and look forward to your comments and seeing you out and about on the road. Thank you.